windy that you're like a yellow geisha. So our farm starts here. Everything happens slower.
庄主带我们上庄园。How long does it take from here?
3 hours.
Otherwise, I will believe you.
We have to walk 2 hours more.
Okay.
About 10 minutes.
开车10分钟，我们待会儿就可以开始走了。
It had been used for like potatoes, onions for
Okay.
a long time. So basically there was no topsoil, rocks were coming out.
我们现在开始进入了那个庄园的地带。
1,900. This is the lower part of the farm.
Oh wow!
And the higher part is 2,100. The new production areas in the lower part, and we have some in the upper part that will produce the next year. And the center, we're still fixing the soil.
我们下车看看。
So on this side we have geisha. So after years of working with the soil, we have a lot of.
你看他们买了庄园2年都没有种，其实就是在养这块地，让这个土地变得更肥沃。对他们来说是需要花这个时间做这件事情。
So we planted a lot of. These are all trees, native trees. They do a lot of food for the birds. They're very good for the soil and very good for the coffee. They call it a pigeon tree because a lot of pigeons come to eat on that. And then this is an inga. They fix nitrogen, so they help very much on the soil. And all the other, these are windbreaks. If you look at the top of the trees, they have no leaves.
Yes.
It's because it was very windy about a month ago. Windy that you're like, and it knocks the leaves away from the trees. So we need to have a lot of protection for the wind. And you see this is a yellow geisha. It loses the capacity to produce red color naturally, so it matures yellow. And each tastes different, it tastes different. So it depends a little bit on how much they go and if they're a long bean or shorter bean. It's a little bit more, rather than stone fruits, more like stone fruits.
Oh, like the climate can affect the plant phenotype and the plant development of flavor. So let's say Rio Cristal's geisha are always a bit more on the spicy end, herby end. So we have taken seeds from those. We have taken seeds from we have geishas that are more fruity, more dark fruits and yellow fruits. And then we're planting those in other microclimates. We have to do it.
It took us years to get this development up. A lot of trees, a lot of to fix up the whole microsystem here in the environment.
This one, the yellow variety, is sweeter than the red.
We're planting here SL28, Rume Sudan, and a few other varieties that we're interplanting to see how they do. Whole farm is about 12 hectares.
Yeah.
So as long as you have water on the pulp, on the skin, there's still some activity of fermentation happening.
Yes.
The people talk about drying for 20, 30 days. Actually, yes, but the first probably 5 or 6 days are drying of the pulp, and that's where the fermentation takes place. So we do the inner fermentation here so that it's in its own environment, and the microorganisms that are here do the fermentation. And as soon as the skin starts to dry up, then we move it to our other farm, Duncan, which is a little bit lower. That's where we have all the beds for drying.
Or is it also because of the temperature here? It's lower. Is it better
Yes.
for the fermentation?
It's slower. Everything happens slower. But we're doing tests also because we're taking some of the coffee here to be dried in Brujas to see how the flora there affects the cup quality. Yeah.
And this is the first year that we're gonna dry up here.
Okay.
So we're still not super sure on how it's gonna go. He told me yesterday that the sun, like around 1 to 2 p.m.
You get the sun on that side. I think it's good to have something that is dry, but if you hit too much sun on it, then you start drying too fast. So you want to go slow on that first part. Last year we dried the coffees from here, just down here in the other farm, which is Duncan, and it came out great.
Well, I am curious about like that this farm doesn't get a lot of sun exposure in the afternoon. So it would be more of like a morning direct sun and then like cooler and then...
She's afraid of that. I tell her it's going to be better.
I'm not afraid, I'm just curious.
When they're smaller, then we need to irrigate. So we pump it all the way from down there.
So far, the farm only 3 hectares are harvesting.
That are harvesting, yes.
And what about the rest?
We're still in the process of recuperating it. We have all of that is planted with trees, but they're still small. Plants grow up, and then when we plant the coffee, it's protected from the dry season. So our farm starts here, in the center here.
天哪，感觉一边拍摄，一边走这样的路有点困难啊！而且他们走巨快，他们在前面砍杂草，手拿着，用手用来扶。哇，差点滑了一跤。现在这里的海拔高度是2126.8。It's very high.
It's very high.
So how old are those trees?
They're 2.5 years, almost 3.
我们能喝得到这一片的豆子，其实还需要2年的时间，所以就整体需要6年的一个时间才可以喝到这一些来自他们的高海拔的瑰夏。这个斜坡的是非常陡峭的，在森林里面种下了这一些瑰夏的苗。
It's like a canyon geography. It allowed us to plant here because it protects from the wind, and then it protects from the storms and the precipitation as well. So we have the shadow, and we have a nice little oasis in here compared to the rest of the farm that we're still trying to build the ecosystem on that one.
So we looked for plants that were different in the other farms, and every time we found something that was special, we would code it. So if it's RC, means it comes from the Rio Cristal farm, and that's plant number 11. Yeah, we think that it's going to be great coffee. Like